It's gonna be good, it's gonna be great, it's gonna be better, I can't wait. Making my move, live for the day, sing like a bird, fly like a plane. Come spin with me, Jenny D.
People. It's me, Jenny D, from Spill With Me, Jenny D podcast. I have another episode. We are talking Pittsburgh sports in August. And I'm just so delighted and excited because I have my really dear friend, Andrew Stockey, who you may have seen on the television on WTAE. He has been doing the news and sports for Pittsburgh for a long time. We're not going to say how many years.
I'm at that point now where we just don't mention the number anymore.
We just don't.
No, honestly, I've been. March was 30 years.
30 years.
30 years.
Jeez, and I'm only 39.
I know, it's amazing. We met when she was in grade school.
So just to bring you guys back because I really wanted to have Andrew on, and I'm so delighted and. I'm so happy that you took the time because Andrew's very busy and he's got a lot going on. And I thought, you know what, Andrew, who's a better person to talk about Pittsburgh sports than Andrew Stockey? He's been around probably every sport.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I've not watched every sport. I've been to every venue. I've been to the majority of the high schools, if not all of them, over the course of that time. So you get a chance to see high school sports, not just football, of course.
Right.
The soccer's big this time of year. Golf is big. What other sports am I forgetting?
Well, we got hockey, we've got soccer, what about lacrosse? Like, do you get into that at all?
Well, lacrosse is not as big here.
Yeah.
As is. I mean, I grew up in Connecticut. It was very big up there.
Yeah.
Now, I think it's grown quite a bit here. I think, when we get to the championship round, we tend to focus on that. But, I mean, really, football, soccer are the big sports during the fall.
Yeah, and that's what I feel. And that's why I thought, in August we should really zone in on Pittsburgh sports.
Mm-hmm.
And I, going back a little bit, because I had Andrew on my podcast. I've been doing this 3.5 years.
Has it been 3.5 years?
Yeah.
Okay, I remember at the beginning.
I know, I was so new. I remember our title was Andrew Stockey, Off the Air.
Yeah, like it meant something. but now you're the star.
Oh, yeah, right. I said, you
seriously.
might be doing the interview because he's the expert. But we met. I was just right out of college.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
And I was an intern. I didn't even have a job at TA. And I was working the radio. And it was Variety 96.7.
Right.
And I remember I was doing some of the sports, too, producing, just, putting those tapes in.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Nobody has those tapes anymore.
Right.
Well, they weren't cassette tapes. They
cassette
were
tapes, yes. Or reels. I mean, both. Both.
DVD.
I don't know. It was 1990. Was it 96?
Yeah, it was. I graduated in 95.
Okay, so it was 96.
Yeah, Andrew's a little bit older than me, maybe a year. So you were upstairs. He was in, where all the main people.
Well, television is on the second floor at WTAE at the time, and the radio stations were on the first floor.
Right.
So, but we worked together. We do stuff together. Like we carried Steeler games back then. So I'd pop on down and grab some of the audio from you guys, and we're upstairs just kind of hanging out on the weekends, and that's how we met.
Yes, and I was just so excited. We were both just relatively new.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at him, okay?
Now look at you. Look at us. We're adults now.
We are adults.
We're still here. We're still in Pittsburgh. Of course, you weren't going anywhere. This is your home. This is your home. Yeah.
But you made Pittsburgh your home. And, every time we turn on TV, if we don't see Andrew Stockey, then this isn't Pittsburgh. I mean, I feel like you have always been here. Like you are a staple for Pittsburgh.
Well, that's kind of weird to think about. I mean, I've been here that long, and I just don't feel any different. It's just kind of like, you do what you do, and this is where you live. I mean, I have a lot of people who think I grew up here, which is not the case. Yeah. And they always say, are you going to stay here? Are you going to take off? I mean, I like living here. I love the people. I love the, covering high school sports is a great example. Right. Friday nights in Western Pennsylvania, high school football is what people talk about. I mean, even the Steeler players go to games.
Oh, really?
Oh, my gosh, yes. I mean, I for years, you go to games, you see Steeler players here or there. We don't even talk about the Steelers on Friday. It basically is high school football. And it's not just the players, it's the band, the cheerleaders, the entire atmosphere. Right. And it makes it so much fun.
Has it always been like that? Because since my son started playing a couple of years ago, I didn't even know it was that big. Or has it always been big?
I would argue it was probably even bigger at one point.
Was it?
Because I think if you go back, 50 years, for instance, back at the time when like Dan Marino was playing, that sort of thing. High school football was all that community was into that night. And that was the focal point. I don't think the community comes out in quite as large numbers every place like maybe they did back then. Right. I do think television has changed it. The internet, social media has changed it now. I mean, you can watch the game at home or wherever you are, right. So you don't have to go. But I think there's something
exciting to be there. Though.
It is exciting. I think the bands, the cheerleaders, the students. It's what you do on a Friday night.
It really is.
Yeah,
it brings the community together, and I'll tell you what. I feel like we're on the radar. Western Pennsylvania sports is really like football is really out there now. Because you hear of players here or there. The teams that you play when you're in the championship and the playoffs are like. They come out and they look like they're like grown men from they're in college, and I'm like, whoa, they're all from Texas or they're all from I'm like, where are they coming from? They're just huge, and they just put a lot of work. I mean, these kids love the sport of football.
Well, I think everybody does. I think as much as we focus on the players as we should, the bands are at band camp right now, getting ready for the season. They go away to band camp just like the football players go away to football camp. The cheerleaders go away to camp to get ready. Right. So it's the entire effort of football getting ready. So I think all that work and the fact that we celebrate all those different facets make it so much fun.
You know what? It's so true if you think about that, because when you go to, when you see the Steelers or you go to the NFL games, it's not like we don't have cheerleaders. We've never had them in Pittsburgh.
That's not true.
Oh, really?
That's not true.
Oh, Andrew Stockey.
Don't tell me this is breaking news.
Just in. Really?
Yes, you've never heard the Steelerettes.
No.
The Steelerettes, yes.
Were they like UGL?
Well, it was the 1960s. It was the 1960s. And for 1 year, they had a cheerleading team. And I know because Sally Wiggin a few years ago did a story about these young ladies.
Yeah.
Who are, now up, obviously in their 60s, 70s, whatever. And they talked about being, they talked about being cheerleaders for 1 year. And then they disbanded the team.
Well, what happened?
I don't know all the details. I do know that we had a cheerleading team here.
Well, I need to look into this.
And cheerleading was different back in the 60s, obviously, than it was now. But, yes, we've had a cheerleading team.
I mean, we don't really have, a band. You think about that.
We have a band.
Yeah, well, the band isn't
the drum line.
The drum line and stuff like that. But, that's I see the difference when you think about high school sports and you're going to, the stadium and you're going to, the Steeler game. It's just a little bit different.
It's the only form of football that still exists that really is about playing for the love of the game. There's no NIL deals in high school football, at least not yet. College football, obviously, that has taken over. Money's become a big issue. Oh, yeah. It's just people play because they love the game. Obviously, they want to advance that next level, but it's about having this experience. Right. And that's what I think makes it so much fun.
It is. And, my other son played baseball, so, it was just a different breed. Baseball is just so different. And, I know you're at the Pirates a lot. You're doing a lot of broadcasting from.
Not much these days.
I was gonna say you did last year.
I did PA for one game. Okay. We cover the games every night, show highlights and interviews, but it's not like we're there at the game. Right. And this year obviously has been very disappointing. So it's tough to. I'm a baseball fan. I'm a baseball fan. It's hard when your local team just is not that good. Right. And struggles year after year after year, and fans are unhappy and they want the team sold. It's difficult. It really is.
It is, and it's in talking about hockey too, with the Penguins, same thing. They haven't really, had a playoff game in several years.
It's been 3 years, but I think the difference with the Penguins is they have a plan to move forward. They have star players. Right. It's just a team that's getting older and going through a transition. Right. Unlike the baseball team, they have just not made the investment in quality players to go out and win a division title, a championship. Right. It's just not the same. The Penguins, at least you think they can turn it around in a year or two.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
And they're willing to make the effort to do so.
Right. And, and that's the thing. It's I think, we are, Pittsburgh fans, they're everywhere. We're, when it comes to
this
sports.
Is true.
There's bars everywhere.
Yes, Steeler bars all over the country, all over the world.
All over the world.
I think there's one across the street from the Vatican.
No way.
I think I've heard, yes.
I did hear that there was a Steeler bar in Italy.
Well, I hope so.
I know.
Well, I know there's probably a few in Dublin. We're going over there for the the Ireland game. On
Oh,
28th,
nice.
so I'll be over there for that.
Okay.
And
Can
so
I come too?
I'm sure we'll find at least one Steeler bar, maybe more.
Yeah. Right. I'll be reporting live, Jenny D.
Are you going?
I thought I was going with you. I'm his assistant.
I would mind. I think you'd be fantastic. I think you'd fit right in there.
I'll tell you what, it's so funny because, grew up with sports, grew up, loving the Steelers.
Did you play?
I played volleyball.
Okay, wow.
Okay.
You know what they call Pittsburgh now?
What?
Volleyburg.
Why?
Because of Pitt.
Oh, really?
You know about the Pitt volleyball team?
Yes.
Yes. Now, by the way, they're ranked third in the preseason poll in the nation, which just came out today. That's
No way.
Their highest ranking ever.
I love volleyball. Did you ever play?
No, I did not play.
Oh, it's so much fun.
But it's fun to watch.
It is so much
And
fun.
we've got a national championship caliber team here in Pittsburgh.
I didn't even realize
You
that.
didn't?
See, no, you're
You gotta go. You gotta go.
I would love it.
They got to the Final Four the last 3 years.
Oh my gosh.
They won the ACC championship the last 4 years.
Wow. See, this is all new to me. Like, we started having a conversation. I'm like,
You gotta get online or something. I mean, maybe watch me. If you watch me, you can see all these things. We talk about all this.
What
stuff
about
today.
beach volleyball? We don't have a beach
That's not.
here.
Come on, I'm not talking about that sport. I'm talking like college hardcore volleyball.
Real volleyball.
We have a really good
Yes.
team.
Well, I mean, like, we talk about, like, the Riverhounds.
Yeah, great soccer
We
team.
talk about soccer.
Best atmosphere for a game in town.
I heard.
It's small. It's intimate. The Steel Army, their fan base, they go crazy out there. They shoot like smoke bombs.
No way.
I think it's still allowed to. They used to shoot these purple smoke bombs after the Riverhounds would score.
You're kidding.
No,
Oh my gosh, how fun. Now, what did they call the women's team?
the Riveters.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that has that been around a long time?
They started this year. It's the first year they've done it.
Oh, you're kidding.
No, this was the first year, and they did fairly well. And I think people really got into it. These were still like young women who were like freshmen, sophomores,
Yeah.
still in college.
Right.
So this was like their summer job. And I think they did a great job, and people were excited about it. It's the first women's team we've had here. I take it back, it's not. It's the second. We have the Pittsburgh Passion, our football team, which just lost in the playoffs.
Oh my gosh.
They played during the summer months.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and they just finished up their season. And they've been around for 25 years. They won the national title 3 times.
Jeez.
I mean, we have a lot going on.
We do, and I feel like living here, like I don't even go to all these, and I don't even know about a lot of these. And my cousin did tell me she went to see the women's soccer team, and she said, you know what, Jen, it is a family atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
Like you can bring your kids there. Sometimes Steeler games, you got to be careful, because people are really like you're aggressive and swearing, and
It's night.
it's intense.
Like Saturday nights, they had one on not Saturday night. I think it was Saturday night. It was July 4th,
Yeah.
and they had fireworks afterwards. And it was nothing but families. And after the game, all the families could come down the field, stretch out their blankets, and watch the fireworks. And the view from that stadium, I don't know if you've seen it yet.
No.
It is, in my opinion, the second best view in Pittsburgh. The first is PNC Park.
Right.
This is second.
Where's it located?
It's the South Shore, Station Square, right next to Station Square.
You're kidding.
You haven't seen it?
No. I know.
When was the last time you were in Pittsburgh? When's the last time you actually went through the tunnel?
I don't go through the tunnel. I told him, Andrew always has to come out here. Because when he was out here getting his car fixed, I'm like, all right, we can meet. I said, Jenny doesn't go in the tunnel anymore.
Why?
I'm scared. I never know where to park, and I get anxiety. I mean, I used to work in town, but as I got older, and there's no traffic.
Anxiety about what?
About trying to find parking and
Parking's fine. It's called a garage. It's right next to the stadium. Well, see, I live in the city, so
There's
it's easier. I guess I'm
one-way
used to it. I'm used
yes,
to going
you're
around.
used to it.
I walk everywhere.
Right. So you've got every. I mean, it's terrible. I've lived here all my life, but when I go down there and there's one-way streets and there's construction, I don't know where I'm going. I got to put the GPS on.
Okay, no, I got it.
You know what I mean? Like I'm like, what street do I go?
I understand. You just have to get out more. It's not that bad. It's not driving around
in a
downtown
bubble
Pittsburgh.
out here.
It's not that bad. So, but anyway, I mean, it's a great atmosphere over there. You see a lot of families. It's a lot of fun. The view from the stadium of the city is remarkable. It's just beautiful. And then you have the train that comes by every so often. And I mean, it's just kind of it's a fun place to go.
Well, when you first started in broadcasting,
Mm-hmm.
you started, and tell the listeners and the viewers a little bit, because some people might be like, because we're nationwide here, okay? They might not know, like, what you do. So tell them a little bit about, like, what is your job that you do now, and what did you used to do? Okay.
My job now, I'm the 4 and 5 o'clock news anchor at Channel 4. So I do the 4 o'clock news with Kelly Sasso and the 5 o'clock news with Shan Perrine. Then I just kind of switch hats, and I do the 6 o'clock and 11 o'clock sportscasts. So I'm also the sports director. So I'm in charge of the sports department.
Right.
So I wear multiple hats at Channel 4. When I got here, that wasn't my job. I started as a weekend sports guy.
That's what I thought.
Yeah,
You
weekend
started
reporter.
in sports.
I started fully in sports. Did that for about 10 years. And then after the Steelers won Super Bowl 40 in Detroit, the station asked me to try doing the morning news, see how it would go. And I gave it a try. I really liked it. And I love sports. And so I did news the mornings and the evenings for, oh goodness, how long? 5 years.
Okay.
And then they said, look, we really would love to have you come back and run our sports department. I said, well, I kind of like this news job. I mean, it's kind of like, I like the hours and I work the weekends.
Yes.
So they created this idea that hadn't really been tried much, maybe a couple other TV stations, doing both.
Right.
And it's worked out really well. So I was like the 5 o'clock news anchor, and then I did sports at 6 and 11 o'clock. So you kind of are a master of I guess a jack of all trades, a master of none.
You know everything.
You know everything, but you're not obviously 100% involved in everything.
Right.
But you do both. And people had seen me long enough in this television market. They bought into the fact that he can anchor the news. He's done stories on politics, on business.
Right.
But we've seen him cover high school football and the Steelers. So the viewers are the reason why I have this job. Because they buy into the fact that I can do more than one thing.
Right.
I'm not a specialist, but I can do a lot of different things. Now, there are people who, if you watch the early news, who think all I do is do news. That's it. They have no idea I do sports.
Right.
And if you're watching later, you're like,
oh, there he is again.
He's doing sports. All he does is sports. He doesn't do news.
Right.
So depending on when you watch is how you know me.
Exactly.
So that's been my job doing both the last, 2011. So 14 years, 15 years.
I know, because I was going to ask you, I was going to say, which one do you like better? But it looks like you have like the best of both worlds.
I do. I like both. There are good sides and bad sides. I mean, covering news is fun. It is, you deal with a lot of serious topics, though. You do a lot of, terrible things. I mean, you have a first block of news of accidents, fatalities. I mean, just things that are just not pleasant to talk about.
Right.
Sports is a lot of fun, too. But, at the same time, every spring is baseball. Every fall is football. It really doesn't change. There's not as much intrigue or breaking news in sports that you have in news.
Right.
So I like both because I have an interest in both. I study politics. My hobby is presidential history.
Oh, wow.
I'm a big hockey fan. I started playing hockey about 5 years ago.
I was going to tell them that he's a hockey player.
Yeah, I play hockey too. So I'm involved in both worlds. So be able to do both. I can't imagine just doing one. And I hope I never have to make that choice.
Do you ever sleep, Andrew?
Well, I mean, that's overrated. You know that. I mean, come on.
No, you do. That's what I love about you. You travel, you live, and that's because when people see, newscasters and they think, oh my gosh, this is all they do. But, what we love about, especially our Pittsburgh, newscasters, they're all just wonderful. And they've been here and they deliver the news to us. And that's what we want to hear. And, for a lot of people, sometimes they don't want to turn on the news. They get depressed, when things are happening.
Of course.
But, to me, I feel like I need that knowledge. I need to know what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
Like I need what's going on, what happened here, especially in your hometown.
Well, I think the nice thing about local news, and one of the reasons I love doing it, is that we live here. So we're part of this community. So we have a stake in the people of this town understanding what's going on, both positive and negative. And we hope when people watch, they walk away knowing their city or their community a little bit better. That's our hope. We don't take sides. We try to present both sides of the story equally. We try to paint a short picture of Western Pennsylvania, not just what's happening in the city, but the towns and the communities which make this area so special and so unique.
Right.
So, and we hopefully do a good job of that. And I know.
Yeah, not bad.
Well,
I
look,
give them a B plus.
I mean, look, people are always going to be critical. They're always going to say, why don't you cover this? How come you don't do this? You do what you can in the 30 minutes to an hour that you have.
Right.
I think we do a pretty decent job. At least I hope so.
Oh, yeah. I remember I worked at Fox 53 and WB 22.
Yeah.
They were together. Mm-hmm. And I remember we were in the newsroom and we were actually, I think I was working and I think I was doing promotions or something.
Yeah.
And I'd go down and see Albie.
Yeah, Albie, yes.
Remember Albie? I feel like he was all sports, And I was down there talking. He was like, Jen, do you want to get into sports? And, back then I was like, no, I don't know anything about sports. Meanwhile, for women getting into sports, that would have been a really, new thing because there wasn't a lot of women talking about sports back in my day. But I remember like they were asking us to help write the news for them. And I had a hard time with that because you kind of want to reword it. You don't, and with the teaser, you don't want people to like already know like, hey, there was a crash, stay tuned. Or, you don't want to give them the whole.
You don't want to give it away.
It was hard. I had a hard time with that.
I mean, it's a difficult thing.
Do you have to write it too?
I mean, I write teasers all the time. I write stories all the time. And, you're right. When you're writing a tease, for those of you who aren't in the TV world, is something to get you to stick around to see that story.
Right.
And when you're presenting a tease, I mean, the last thing you want to do is just tell the whole story.
Right.
And you want to find the words and video that at least get you interested in the story.
Yes.
Like, for instance, the Steelers quarterback, Will Howard, he broke his hand. He's going to be out for a few weeks. And so the tease might be, when we come back. No, it's true. It's true. No, it's true. When we come back, Will Howard, you saw him walk off the practice field yesterday. What does his future look like? We'll tell you coming up, something like that. So and I think then when you're writing the story, it's important to be, not brief, but use the right words, keep it short. You shouldn't go on 3 minutes about something.
Right.
Especially in TV when you don't have 3 minutes of time to tell an entire story.
I know, during when we were talking about high school football on Friday nights.
Yes.
I always, I'm watching, we come home from the game and I'm like, okay, but it's always
last.
last.
Operation Football?
Yeah, it's always last. And I'm like, come on. I don't want to miss anything. I'm like, there he is. And then I see the tease. I'm like, all right, it's coming up. It's so
funny. The first time I did Peters Township highlights.
Yeah.
And your son was playing. I had no idea that was your son.
What do you mean?
Well, you didn't tell me.
Sports like me.
But you didn't tell me. I didn't know he was your son. I just thought, hey, this kid's pretty good because he was a freshman. And I didn't know who he was. And I just like, oh, he's really good. And he threw a couple touchdown passes. And I said his name in the highlights. And you reached out to me later. Yeah. I was like, that's your son? I had no idea.
Listen, I look at him sometimes and I'm like, he got so big this year too. He's like 210, 215.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's a big boy now.
Wow.
And all he does is eat, And when he started football, he was like 4 or 5. It was fun.
I remember, I do remember as a freshman, because he started as a freshman.
Yes.
And I remember he was
on
not
defense.
Did he play quarterback?
Yes, at the end, towards the end.
Okay, because that's the first time I think I actually saw him. Yeah. And he was small. And I said, freshman, wow. I said, this kid obviously has some skills if they're going to put him in.
Yeah.
And now he's 210, 215.
Yeah. And he loves to tackle. So I think that the problem was like, he loves defense, but he loves quarterback. So he wants, and we were always like, everybody's like, get the quarterback out, don't put him on defense, because nobody wants him to, but it's like payback. He's like, okay, you come after me. And
what you could do is just throw more picks, and then you can make some tackles.
I know.
Which is not what you want to have happen. But
I know. So I'm enjoying it. I'm really starting to know more about football, because watching the Steelers, I knew a lot about that. But, I am just so into it. I was watching the draft this year.
Oh, really?
Yes, I am so.
And, of course, the draft is going to be here next year.
I know.
Are you going to go?
I am so excited.
Are you going?
Yes, because I'm going to be Andrew's assistant now. What are you doing for that?
So, Channel 4 actually is carrying the draft. It's on ABC.
Ooh.
So, we'll be on the entire 3 days of the draft.
Okay.
I'll probably broadcast it from there nonstop. I pretty much told everybody, look. And I can, fortunately, it's about a 25-minute walk from me to the stadium. Because I'm not going to try and drive. They're just going to shut down the city. I'm going to go there, do my thing, then come home on the tee every night. But I'm excited about it. We'll be broadcasting the Pittsburgh angle. I was at the draft in Green Bay in April.
Okay, what was that like?
They did a great job. They had 250,000 people for 3 days. Now, this is Green Bay, Wisconsin.
What do you think we're going to have?
Oh, I've heard upwards at least 500,000. At least.
My God.
That's what the city is estimating. Maybe a little bit more. So I went to Green Bay. And you have to remember, Green Bay is a small town. We had to fly in a town called Appleton to get to. There's no airport in Green Bay, and so if you know anything about the Packers and the history, it's a small town. The stadium is huge; it's 80,000 seats.
Okay.
But they have this area around the stadium called Titletown. It's shopping, it's restaurants, it's hotels, it's apartments. It's amazing. And so they had this whole area to entertain. Then they built the draft stage, and right next to the convention center. And this is all in the same area. Wow. They did a great job. It was well done. It put not just Green Bay, but the other communities around there on the map.
Right, the businesses.
Yeah, they all worked together. It was very successful. I don't know what the economic numbers were, but let me put it this way. There were a lot of people there, not just Packer fans.
Right.
People from all over the country.
Well, how are we preparing to get ready for that?
Well, there's a lot of work going on right now. In fact, I'm been working with the committee. I'm on the legacy committee part of the draft, which is basically how do we incorporate the history of Western Pennsylvania football into the draft. So Dan Rooney, who's the son of Art Rooney, and Charlie Batch are on that committee, and I'm one of the members. And so we're trying to come up with ways to incorporate the history into this event. But
I love that.
yeah, well, thank you. But the event itself, there are people who are much smarter than me working on this. Like the head of the Pittsburgh Marathon is working on some of the logistics of
Because he's been, you know,
he's done it.
yeah,
Yeah,
he's done it.
right. I mean, the city's working on it. The NFL's been here for 2 years with their staff working on it.
No way.
Oh yeah, no. As soon as we got the draft 2 years ago, I think it's been about 2 years now. They went right to work. They came here and said, "Here's what we're going to do."
Oh my God.
And so they've scoped out the city. It's going to be on the North Shore. But the plan is to kind of space it out so everybody can take part, because everybody can't go to the North Shore.
No.
So, I mean, Point State Park's going to be used. There's a new thing called Arts Landing in the Cultural District, this big piece of land.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, they're building this outdoor venue. You're going to see big screens all over the place.
Oh my God.
So there's a lot going on. I think the whole idea is the draft itself is fun.
Right.
But people aren't just going to sit there for 3 days and watch teams pick players. They want other things to do. So there's going to be a lot of stuff going on around it. I think they'll say it's a massive undertaking. It really is. And there are concerns, obviously with what's going on with the Pittsburgh Regional Transit, the busing situation.
Right.
That's going to be, you're going to have to figure out how do you fix that. The airport is just going to be complete. It's just being completed, so that will be ready.
But the hotels and things like that.
Well, here's the thing, though. They estimated that about 70% of the people who come to the draft just come for the day and then leave.
Oh.
Because it's not one of those things you stay on.
So they
3
drive
days.
in.
They drive in. Yeah. So how do you get those people in? So that's one of the questions I think that will be answered in the coming days and weeks. I mean, I don't have all the answers. I've heard bits and pieces. We've reported on bits and pieces. There's a countdown clock right outside Acrisure Stadium.
Oh my God.
This is this number of days until the draft, and we're in the twos now.
Oh my God.
We're in the twos, so it's getting close.
That's crazy. When is it exactly?
It is April 23rd through the 25th.
Okay.
So it's a Thursday through Saturday. You'll find the crowds the first night are really big. That's the first round. That's the premier day.
Oh yeah.
And then obviously they kind of get a little bit smaller as the days go on.
It's nice to see, some Pittsburgh, kids here. We had Donovan McMillan was in
Pitt.
there. Yes.
Played in Pitt, yes.
And we were all like, oh my gosh, these the Browns,
Right.
Browns, and we were just like, oh my gosh, it was so exciting to see that.
It is a lot of fun.
Because you just don't know. Like here's the thing, like if say they were, you're waiting for that call, right? Is that what happens?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So you're sitting there, you're waiting for the call, like who's going to call me? So they had no idea, right? Like he had no idea.
Well, they have an idea of where they might go, and if you're not taking that point, there's that disappointment, obviously.
Right.
I mean, I've been to enough draft parties in my life and seen kids who thought they would be like second, third round picks, so they'll slip to round 5 and round 6 and not be very happy about it and not handle it well. Other kids are like, look, I just want to be drafted.
I know, right? My son, he just wants to play. He doesn't care.
Yeah.
I think that our city is just going to be. We're gonna be booming. And
well, it's exciting because it really puts your city on the map. For 3 days, it's a commercial.
Right.
And for Green Bay, Wisconsin, it was huge. I mean, people looked at Green Bay a whole different way.
Right.
And not just people, but just companies, organizations. I mean, people will say, hey, maybe I want to do business there. Maybe I want to, have a home there. Just something like that.
Right.
And I think a draft and being able to see the city and the view of Pittsburgh. I mean, imagine the draft stage is going to be next to Acrisure Stadium. Okay. Imagine the view looking out and seeing the city of Pittsburgh. And it's going to be on TV for 3 straight days.
It's going to be beautiful. It's not like people say, hey, I'm going to go on vacation. Let's go to Pittsburgh for vacation.
Well, I think a lot of people will.
But now they're going to come here.
Well, I mean, the draft is a vacation in a way.
It is.
And I think Pittsburgh is a place people do come for vacation.
Well, yeah, and tell the listeners and viewers too, the U.S. Open.
That's right. We just had the U.S. Open.
We are like, woohoo!
And a lot of people came for that.
Right.
I mean, the weather didn't always cooperate. It was kind of like the way it's been all spring and rain. But it's the U.S. Open, and people want to see it. And Oakmont is a premier golf course. Yes. It's a course that everybody in the country has heard about. They hear how tough it is, how unique it is, how you go over the turnpike to get to the other side of it.
Yes.
So people do come. I think there are a lot of things about Pittsburgh that if you take the time, whether you're traveling here or you live here,
right,
they are worth seeing and doing. I think a lot of people sometimes who even live here don't do those things.
I know.
Yeah.
It's so true because, like, we were talking about this a while ago, friends of mine, like the ducky tours, going to the museums, just the cultural district. I love the shows here, when we go to Heinz. I was going to say Field, not Heinz Field.
Heinz Hall.
Heinz Hall.
Heinz Hall. Yeah.
And I just, like, to me, I take advantage of the part that, like, we have so much here.
I wish I had more time to do that.
Yes.
I mean, I've done everything, but it's been over the course of 30 years.
Like the incline. I don't remember taking the incline since I was maybe in high school.
Well, it's kind of like, it's there. It's there if you want to,
Right.
but you just don't do it.
Yeah.
I do make a point every so often. I'll go up to Mount Washington.
Right.
I'll do it sometimes on my way to work and just get on one of the overlooks and just look at the city.
Oh.
And it just reminds me of this is the city that I cover. This is where I live.
Right.
I'll take 15 minutes and I'll go to work. I love going to the Strip District.
Yes,
And the new produce terminal.
Oh, yeah.
I take my bike over there. I bike over there, and I love it.
Oh, I love that.
And I think there's other parts of the city I just love to see and just take in, And I think it's one of those things because you live here, you don't think like that.
Mm-mm. You don't.
But then after a while, you're like, well, maybe I should do that.
I know, and I always say that I'm going to do it. You got to get me over that bridge.
You got to get through the tunnel. Is it that bad? I mean, I used to live in Cecil many years ago.
Oh, okay.
So I lived out this way.
Oh, no way.
Oh, yeah. No, I've lived everywhere in Western Pennsylvania.
When was that?
That was 2005, 2006.
Okay, I was here.
Yeah, I lived in Cecil. Where did I live? Monroeville, Murraysville, Northside, Ross Township, Cecil, Bridgeville.
What would you say your favorite is? Where you are now?
Yeah, I'm on the south side of Pittsburgh.
There's a lot to do.
There's a lot to do. You can walk everywhere. I can walk to the Steeler headquarters, which I love. I love you can walk to shops and coffee shops. I think our city is a great place to live and be able to walk places.
Yes. And that's why I wanted to have you on because I'm like, who is the person who can really talk about Pittsburgh sports? And you talk
which
about,
I haven't at all. We've been talking about everything but sports. I'm sorry. My fault.
No. But even like basketball, like you cover like it's a little bit of everything. Did you ever when you like did the sports? Did you ever do the like? Okay, now kind of like when I was talking to one of the guys about play-by-play. Did you ever have to do that? Like, okay, now they're on the ice.
I've done one play-by-play thing here in town. So I think I did a
that would be hard.
Pittsburgh game. No, I would love to. I mean, I really, if there's something I've never really done, I would love to do is play-by-play.
Yeah.
It's hard,
right.
but I'd love to give it a try. When I did football, it was different. It was a spring game, and it's kind of play-by-play, but it kind of wasn't.
Yeah.
I do a lot of pregame and postgame show stuff now. So I do Penguins on 4 when we carry Penguin hockey games on Saturdays. So I do the pregame show and the postgame show. Black and Gold primetime. The Steelers on Channel 4. I do the pre and postgame shows. So I'll be doing that when I'm in Ireland.
Yeah.
And then for Pitt football, when we do carry games, I've done pre and post game shows.
Yeah, I mean, there is just so many great sports teams here, and we are just so fortunate, and you're able to kind of go to every one of them.
I am. I mean,
or be a part of them.
Well, it's nice. Like tonight, I'm going to go to the Pirate game for at least a little bit.
Yeah.
Paul Skeens is pitching.
Oh yeah.
And I think that's always kind of cool. Yeah, I do admit it's fun to be able to just say, okay, I'm going to go to the game, and be able to go and. Sometimes you're working it. Sometimes you're there just watching. Right. Sometimes you're talking to your colleagues. Sometimes you're running into some of the coaches and people you just have a conversation with them. It's great to just be at the ballpark.
It really is.
It really is.
The atmosphere of everything.
It's
like tickets are not expensive. If you think about going to sporting events, in Pittsburgh, I don't know what they're like in other.
Well, I mean, obviously in my role, it's a professional.
Right.
I do go to games as a fan. Like I buy a couple tickets to a hockey game or a baseball game because I like going to the ballpark.
Get your nachos and that.
Yeah, just sitting in the outfield. I mean, I love sitting in the outfield at PNC Park.
Oh yeah.
They have this area. It's like that area where the Fatheads beer bar is out in the center field. So they have stools. And they have a table that faces the ballpark, so you can sit there and have your food or a drink and just sit and watch.
Oh, I'd rather do that than sit in the seats.
I agree.
Think about that.
I can't sit in the seats anymore.
No,
I just can't do it.
I get antsy fancy.
You do.
Excuse me, pardon me.
Out there, it's a gathering place. Is it like you buy your general admission ticket, which is like $20-$25, and just go over there and that's what I do. And you talk to people. You can have a drink. You can have some food. You can walk around. You can stay as long as you want.
I love that.
Yeah, that for me. That's the way to watch baseball.
And that's what Pittsburgh is. Like we are, so friendly, and everybody. And what I love about sports too is it brings us together as a community, and we're all like, when I'm at the Steeler games, I'll tell you what, the adrenaline and the fans, it's just like, there's nothing like that. I mean,
I think that the playoffs in hockey, when
do
they were in the
Okay.
playoffs, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, because people are watching on that big screen
It's cold.
outside.
Inside.
No, not during, but it's June.
not at
It's
the
June.
game. Okay.
It's June. And people are outside, inside. You're in the playoffs. The whole town gets into it. When a team is in the playoffs in Pittsburgh,
Right.
that's when the city really comes alive.
Oh, yeah.
Regular season is cool and all, but it's like Steeler playoff game, nothing like it.
Nothing.
Pirate playoff game, amazing.
I mean, it's, we're Sundays. I love Sundays in the fall.
Right.
When it's like a little bit brisk and you're,
Yeah.
we have a TV on our porch, and we'll sit out there, we'll put the fire
That must
on.
be fun.
It's so nice.
I don't do that anymore.
It's so nice.
I can't do that anymore.
We'll invite you over. Well, for me, any sandwiches and that. But just to wrap this up, because I just so.
Oh, we're done already?
Well, yeah.
Oh, wow.
I don't want to talk to you. Okay, done. Next.
And I'll talk to her again in 5 years. Go ahead.
You're not.
That's up to you.
We do. We keep in touch. I'm
Yeah, we
always
do.
like,
We do. I was at your anniversary party,
Yes.
which
yes.
was a lot of fun.
My 100th episode. Yes.
Well, I met your entire family that night.
I know.
I had not done that before.
That's not even half of them. I have a big Italian family here in Pittsburgh.
That's true. That's true.
It's huge. My cousin.
Well, when are you going to invite me over for dinner so I can
I
enjoy all
know,
the...
with the pasta.
Are you the cook in the family, or is your husband? Or
I used to be.
who doesn't
But
have?
now that I'm working and I'm a podcaster, I'm very busy. He's been cooking.
Okay.
Yeah, he's been cooking.
What does he make?
And he
What's it like?
he just made meatloaf yesterday, mashed potatoes, green beans and
Okay.
everything. And the boys love it. My other son's at home from Slippery Rock, so
Okay.
it's like the food is goes out the window.
Well, see, I love home cooked meals.
Yes.
That's one thing. That's one thing about my job.
I was gonna say, do you get to cook at all?
I'm not much of a cook. I discovered
How do
the
you
air
know?
fryer a few years ago. And that really changed my life. Made things a lot easier. But no, normally I get up in the morning. I don't eat. I'll have a cup of coffee from a coffee place that I will not name. Maybe some yogurt.
Yes,
Um,
me too. That's
I will usually not eat a lot for lunch. I'll have dinner. I try to keep it to salads and things like that. And then I'll go home at night and I'll snack, which is a big mistake. I'm trying not to.
Well, you're up though. You're
It's
up.
hard, it's hard to go straight to bed. I mean, people think like when we get off the air at 11:30, it's like a 10-minute ride for me to get home, and I'm up
You're still awake.
and you're awake.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, I don't want to sit around and watch TV. I don't want to, I don't have a home gym.
Right.
I do like video games. I do play like Madden quite a bit. So that keeps me
Oh
going.
my gosh, I never knew that.
I love it. No, because I love. You know what? Honestly, and this might be surprising. I actually learned more about the other NFL teams by playing Madden.
Really?
Well, because I'm always at the Steeler game. So you don't get to see anybody else. You've probably seen more of the NFL than I have. So Madden allows me to at least see what other teams are like. I know it's a computer simulation, but it tends to work.
I love that.
But anyway, so I don't get to bed till 1 o'clock.
But wait a minute, we didn't talk about another sport.
Sure, okay.
We didn't talk about racing.
Auto racing.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about?
I remember back when I was working at Wixie 1360 was a radio station in McKeesport. I don't even know if it's there.
I don't know.
So when I was working there, racing, it was called Rapid on Racing. We had this.
Oh yes, I remember that.
Do you remember
Yeah,
that?
I do remember that.
And racing in Pittsburgh I was like, I didn't even like motorsports. We would go to Speedway, or not Speedway.
Well, there's like Pennsylvania Motor Speedway. There's,
yes.
The thing is,
The dirt track,
right,
I had
right.
dirt all over my face, in my teeth.
Well, there's one. I used to go to the one in Smithton. There's a racetrack out
Is it
there.
still big here?
It is. Well, here it is. It's a community. It's not as big. I think the issue is, and people always say, how come we don't do more auto racing or more this? Well, we don't have a track here. We don't have an event here. That's the hard part.
That's true.
There was some talk years and years ago of having some kind of track here. But when you don't have one, we do have some famous people in the world of racing. Chip Ganassi, obviously, Bobby Ray Hall. We had to have people who are involved in the world of racing. But I think because we don't have a NASCAR event, it's hard for it to become, on that level of let's say golf, because we have the U.S. Open.
True.
At the same time, though, there is a passion for racing,
Right.
without question. I don't cover it as much because we just, like I said, don't have a race here. Now, I used to work in other TV markets where we had a race. I've been to Talladega. I've been to Daytona.
Oh, wow.
I went to the Brickyard 1 year. That's really great. I mean, when you have a track and you have events like that, then you're like, okay, I really want to cover it. We want to do more with it. But it's kind of hard when you don't have a major racing event. You have a lot of smaller tracks.
I didn't even think about that. That's so true. Okay, I'm putting you on the spot. Ready?
Sure.
You get to pick one sport that you get to go and do play-by-play or whatever.
One sport.
One sport or one sporting event.
One sporting event?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness, that's hard. Now I get to do the play-by-play.
Yes.
Well, it's not going to be baseball because I can't talk that long. Who wouldn't want to do the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be probably my choice. Although I didn't in college do play-by-play. We had a very good club hockey team at Ohio University.
Were you playing too?
I didn't play. At that age, I didn't play.
Okay.
But I liked it because I grew up watching hockey, and so I did play-by-play for them for a year, and that was kind of fun. I mean, that's a lot of work. I always say hockey is just one big run-on sentence because you never really stop talking.
You don't.
But I think football-wise, Super Bowl, really any football game. I love doing maybe the Whitfield Championship. Maybe when I'm retired and I'm no longer doing this TV news thing, maybe that's what I'll try to do.
Oh, yeah, because I don't see you ever stopping.
Oh, no, I will. I'm not going to be like 70 and doing this. It's one of those things where, you've been doing it this long, it's kind of hard to believe that, I've been in one place for so long. Because in our business, it's hard to have that kind of longevity, but I've been very fortunate.
Well, Pittsburgh's very fortunate to have you.
Well, it's because of Pittsburgh. It's not because of me. Yeah. I mean, if you don't watch me, and you don't...
You're the face.
Oh, I'm not the face of Pittsburgh. Stop it. Stop it. Michelle Wright's been there longer than I have. Come on. And I'm no Sally Wiggin, okay?
Oh,
I certainly love the hair.
You know what? I know. That's what's so great about, our Pittsburgh, newscasters and sportscasters. They have been here and they don't leave because you know why? Because we're so wonderful here.
Yeah. Also, there's so many great broadcasters here. I mean, I know people at all the stations and admire their work.
When I go, when we go on vacation, we go somewhere and I turn on the news, I'm like, oh my God, they're not that good. But I think I'm just so used to ours. And I thought I was going to actually get into doing the news. And I found that it would depress me. And so I started an entertainment report in my college.
So that's why you didn't do it, because you thought you'd be depressed?
Because I just take offense. My mom's like, you should be a nurse. I'm like, no. I'm an empath. I was talking to somebody about this. So I'm crying when somebody's crying. I'm like,
okay.
I get too emotionally involved.
Well, look, I hope you don't think we don't have the same feelings.
I totally
people always ask what's the hardest thing about reporting the news. And I said the hardest thing is when you talk about a child or a pet and something happens to them. I mean, it's not that the loss of adult life isn't bad, but when that happens, it does hit you sometimes, especially children.
Right.
But, if we don't professionally present, here's what's going on in your community, we're not doing our job and we don't help you. You don't want to see me go on the air and get all emotional about something.
Right.
It doesn't mean we don't feel it.
No.
I mean, there's stories every day. I'm just like, oh my God.
I know.
But you have to be professional, and I have to give you the information you're looking for.
It's the world we live in. We have to.
Well, it shouldn't be. It should not be.
Right.
It should not be.
We have to report things that they're not going to be
of course.
the best, but it's now. Okay, here we go.
Okay.
Ready? Bloopers. Give me a bloopers.
We have bloopers all the time. I mean,
what's one that really sticks out to you that you said or something happened?
I'm not going to say it. You can go to YouTube and find it. You can go to YouTube and find it. I had one blooper. Everybody's seen it. It was on YouTube. I had another one. I don't know if it was a blooper. I was flying with the Blue Angels one time, and let's just say every time I screamed out in fear, it was recorded and it wound up on television. I think, look, it's live TV.
Right.
As long as you don't make the big mistake, as long as you don't use the 7 words you can't use on television, you're okay.
You're right.
Yeah, and I've never had that moment, but I've had one big blooper that got a little bit of attention, on a few national late night talk shows. It was very innocent. I said, you can go to YouTube and find it.
Yeah, and you know what? We're human. We're going to make mistakes.
Especially if you're on the air for 2 straight hours.
Yeah. I'll have to tell you off the air what mine was. It's in college, but I feel like they still have
You have
bloopers.
You have bloopers?
I have a bloopers, and I'm not telling you because it's a bad word.
Yes, you are.
It's a bad word. It's not a bad word.
Oh, you said a bad word.
They thought I said a bad word, so it was like...
Oh, and then you had to come back and kind of fudge it over.
I didn't even know. They all started laughing on the set. I was sitting next to the sports guy, and I was doing the entertainment, and he was like, and I'm talking about movies that are out. I'm like, oh, make sure to go see...
I mean, we have those moments. We have moments there's stories. We were talking about pumpkin spice latte before we came on the air. And we had a story about that, how it's coming out even earlier now.
I mean, people are doing Halloween in the summer. And
I turned to Kelly, and I'm like, it's July. And
and
everybody keeps talking about how great. I said, folks, it's July. It's July, okay? The point I'm making, I get the PSL thing.
Yeah.
It's July. Please. I mean, the only reason it's special is because the leaves are turning.
Yeah.
It's fall.
Right.
It's July.
I know, but you know what? I am not agreeing with them because I am a pumpkin spice. And I hate that they hold it against me in the fall. Although it is something to look forward to. You're right.
It needs to be.
Things are coming too quickly in our world.
Everything is year round now.
Yeah.
Even like football, for instance.
Right.
Do you remember when football was just September through December, playoffs in January, and that was it? Now it's like, September. Actually, the season starts in August.
Right.
It goes through, Super Bowl is mid-February. All of a sudden, the draft is April. Mini camps are in May and June. It never stops.
No.
There's like 3 weeks this year, 4 weeks between the Steelers' last offseason practice and training camp.
Yeah.
4 weeks.
When we were talking off air, one of the guys that works for the Steelers that we know,
he
had to hurry up and get his vacation in because he only has 1 week in the summer.
And that's the problem. That's the problem.
Yeah.
I mean, I love football. It's too much.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't, like having 17 games is a lot. College football with the playoff, it's now, let's say you get to the national championship, it's almost 16 games.
Yeah.
High schools, let's say Peters Township plays 9 regular season games,
right.
4 playoff games. Okay. Then you get to the state championships. That's 2 more.
Do that.
Right. So how many games is that?
4, no.
It's 15 games.
15 games.
It's 15 games.
We were in December. It was like getting close to Christmas, and we were still playing.
I mean, it's too much.
Right. We were in Mechanicsburg, and we played the. Wait, no, that wasn't.
Mechanicsburg for the state championship.
Yes, for the state championship.
It's kids shouldn't be playing 15.
And it was so cold. I was like freezing, and I'm like, "This is football weather."
Yeah, I mean, it literally is the longest sport now.
It really is.
And that's saying a lot.
These kids were all beaten up too.
Look, I know they love it. No, I don't get me wrong, but I think the seasons are too long because I think what makes football special is it's every Sunday. It's for a limited amount of time. I mean, having Thursday night football doesn't do it for me. Wednesday night football.
Monday night football. Yeah.
I like Monday night. Monday night's fine.
Yeah, that's not bad. Monday night. Because what are you doing on Monday night anyway?
Well, now people are doing stuff. But back in the day when they started this thing, it was like football on Monday night. Wow, what a concept!
What's the song? Carrie Underwood, I think, sings it.
Oh, she's a Sunday night person.
Oh, Sunday night.
She does. Yeah. Whatever happened? That was the Monday night song. Are you ready for some football?
Yes.
You're country music singer. I should know this.
So it's not Carrie.
Carrie does Sunday night. She goes. Waiting all week for Sunday night. I don't know. I don't watch that network.
Yeah.
Who is it? Hank Williams. Hank Williams Jr.
Yes.
Hank Williams Jr.
Yes.
That was the perfect music.
It was.
I love Carrie Underwood, but I think Hank Williams got it right.
Oh yeah. I mean, he plays kind of songs, and I just feel like that. Pittsburgh is known for our sports teams. We are known for, just like we were talking about our culture, we're really getting ourselves on the map as far as a city. And I just love it, and I'm just so excited that you were here today.
Well, thank you for having me. It's nice to, kind of take a pause and talk about, because when
you're
in the middle
script, there's no teleprompter.
There's no teleprompter. Well, it's nice because when you're in the middle of covering these things, you don't think about the bigger picture, and yet I know when I go to a Steeler game, I'll walk from my house, I'll walk across the bridges and see everybody all dressed up in their black and gold, and the leaves are turning, and it's like, wow. This is football. This is what makes this area so great.
Oh, so great.
It really is. And it's the same thing with high school and college. I mean, it's that feeling you get as you're going to the stadium. You see everybody in their team colors. You hear the bands and the cheerleaders. I mean, that's what makes.
You're high-fiving strangers.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, when the Steelers are winning, fans just love each other.
Oh, we're hugging.
They do, yeah.
We're best friends.
Right.
You might not even know the person.
Even and the road games are even better. Yeah. When you're on the road and you run to Pittsburghers.
Or my kids went to a game in December. Where did they go? Somewhere where they did not like Steeler fans.
Well, they were kind about it. They weren't like.
No, I mean it was hard. They wanted to get out of there because when you're losing and you're out of town and you're a Steeler fan and you're losing, you're got to get out of there.
It's funny. I've never, other than Cleveland, I've never had any real bad experiences.
What's the Patriot?
No, but no, people in New England are not.
Who's the one that really hates us?
Cleveland.
With their Cleveland.
Baltimore. But even in Baltimore, the fans are not abusive.
No.
I mean, I've been to.
And we're not either. When they come.
No. I mean,
although when they're sitting there in the midst of.
Oh yes, you talk trash. That's fine. But for the most part, I mean, there's always some people who get out of hand. But for the most part, fans are, of opposite teams are well behaved.
Yeah.
And I that's what I love. I mean, you can rag on the other team, but when it's all said and done, you're happy to sit there and have a beer with the guy.
But I'll tell you what, too, like, a lot of people with sports, especially in Pittsburgh, because, I felt like that used to be all we had, but you would really take it home with you. Like, you would be really upset. Like, it would make you feel like, you would be like, man, I'm depressed. Like, like the next night, the next.
It's funny. Maybe even before COVID, I kind of noticed this. Back in the day, when the Steelers would lose, Monday would feel a little less like Monday. Yeah. There was a sadness. Mm-hmm. I don't know if it was depression, but I think people, when your team doesn't win, right. And you can't use the talk show hosts as your guy, the radio talk shows, because people are going to call and complain no matter what. People do take losing to heart here. But at the same time, in fact, I know people always say to me, they're like, aren't you upset when they lose? I'm like, no, because I have to cover them when they win or lose. Do I want the Steelers to win? Of course.
Of course.
But I'm not somebody who's going to go in there and if they lose, and like I can't function or I can't do my job.
Yeah.
Win or lose. In fact, when they lose, that's when you really have to ask the tough questions, the difficult questions.
Right.
And that's when fans want to know what happened.
Yeah.
Right.
They want a reason.
Right. I know. I haven't really been emotionally involved in sports in a long time. There are events though that grab my attention, like the 2013 wild card game. The Pirates winning that wild card game. You remember that? PNC Park?
Yeah. I remember that.
I mean, emotionally, because the fans were just so into it, and that stadium was rocking. How could you not get into it? Or when the Steelers won a Super Bowl, I mean, you're there for it. I mean, I remember the last Super Bowl they won. It was in Tampa. It was the way it ended. The comeback, and the touchdown pass. And,
it's like something out of a movie. You're just like.
Well, the highlight for me after the game, Sally Wiggin and I are doing the post game, and we're on the field, and they're bringing players out to us, and here comes Mr. Rooney, Art Rooney, with the trophy, and we're waiting to go on, and I go, Art, that trophy looks heavy, is it? He goes, I don't know. Why don't you hold it? So he gave it to me.
Oh my gosh!
So here I am with the Super Bowl trophy. And Sally was jealous, by the way.
Oh yeah,
but I'm holding it. And I'm just like,
was it heavy?
No, not heavy at all. But it was. Ugh.
Really?
Well, because it'd been in the locker room. There were lip marks, and there was sticky, and there was saliva. I mean, there was stuff. It was gross.
Yeah.
And I kind of held it like this.
This
is what Mike Tomlin calls the sticky Lombardi. If you win a Super Bowl, he wants that sticky Lombardi. That means everybody's touched it, kissed it, held it. Some people like, whatever on it,
Right.
And it's kind of, I get it, but it was gross.
It's a tradition.
Yeah, it was kind of gross. It's like, thank you, Art. When you clean up, can I have that? So,
can you put some Windex on there?
But it was pretty. From being that perfectly polished piece of silver, it was just completely like inundated with fingerprints and, like I said, the lip marks and all that. I mean, I think everybody in that locker room kissed it.
No, there was no lipstick marks on it.
I don't think so. But it hadn't gotten to the staff yet, so who knows? But
so one last question.
Okay.
What do you think Steelers this year? What do you think we're going to do?
I've been asked this by a lot of people. I'm excited.
Especially our new quarterback.
Well, I'm excited what they've done. They've decided, and you've heard this before, they've decided to go all in. They signed a bunch of guys, well-known players on one-year contracts. Mm-hmm. Instead of putting together a team that, okay, we're going to play with who we have and maybe a couple pieces, and then hopefully get a better draft pick next year, they're going all in this year. Mm-hmm. I like Aaron Rodgers. I do. His attitude, his excitement about the team, the way he has become this mentor to a lot of players. I love the additions on defense of Jalen Ramsey. Yeah. I love the fact they've added DK Metcalf, a big, really powerful number one receiver.
Oh, we were at the training camp.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He's got to be like 6'8". I mean, he's huge.
Yeah, he's tall, but he is built. He's got great speed. He's got great leading ability.
Hands, everything.
I mean, they've had Darius Slay, who won a Super Bowl with the Eagles. He's a defensive back. They had Kenneth Gainwell, a running back from the Eagles, also won the Super Bowl. We're going to see the punter that forgive me if I don't remember his name, but he was supposed to play last year. He got hurt in the first game. Never saw him again.
Oh.
He's back. They have a really good-looking team, and everybody knows their role, and they're all excited to be there. But saying that, I think two things could happen.
Right.
This could be a team that actually gets to the playoffs and wins a game, or it could be a complete disaster.
Yeah.
Because you've got a lot of guys who are also older. I mean, the joke is, Well, the joke is, if this was 2020, this would be the favorite to win the Super Bowl because of how those players were in 2020.
Right.
We're 5 years removed from that. They're older. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is still 41. He throws the ball great, but he's still 41.
Right.
Mason Rudolph is the backup. There are a lot of questions, can this team with these older established veterans, with some youth mixed in, can they be a team that actually gets a playoff spot in a division where the Ravens are clearly number one?
Mm-hmm.
The Bengals with Burrow back and healthy, and that team last year, the Bengals, they were on a roll at the end of the year. I mean, had they gotten the playoffs, who knows what would have happened?
Oh, jeez.
I mean, they're right now they're the third best team in that division. And I don't know if you'll
change it.
yeah, but I mean, overall, I'm excited about the season ahead. I don't want to make a prediction because I don't know what's going to happen, but I think they put themselves in position to be competitive. How it all plays out, who knows?
Mm-hmm.
But it's for the first time in a number of years, I'm excited because I see some things that they haven't done before. It's not your typical Steeler team built through the draft, slow, methodical. This is a team that said, okay, we're going to sign a bunch of free agents, and we're going to go out there and see what we can do.
Yes, I'm so excited.
So that's my prediction.
Yes,
So.
Steelers. Oh my gosh, Andrew.
It starts this weekend. Preseason football.
It does. And we're going to be airing next week, so.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I didn't mean.
No, that's okay.
So they're 1-0. How about that?
Yeah, right. Hey, we got the inside here. No, I just so appreciate your time today.
Well, look, I'm. You know how much of a fan I am of your work and how you've taken this venture and grown it. And, I mean, I was there at the very beginning, and you've done a great job.
You had faith in me.
She asked me for a little bit of advice, but she's done very well on her own, and I'm very flattered to know you and to be a part of that beginning. And now, I mean, back then you didn't have this.
I know. Look at me now.
I know.
Jenny D's
I
got
know.
a backdrop. I am just listen. You have been a mentor to me.
Oh,
So
thank you.
that's why I love watching you, and I love that you were here in Pittsburgh and that you stayed here because I was like, I'm always like, I know Andrew Stockey. He's my friend. And
I'm still amazed people even. I don't know.
They know you.
Well, I have a hard time getting that. Getting used to that. I
Yes.
really do.
Well, you
I'm just
embrace it because you're so great at what you do, and
Thank you.
I just and what you see on the air is what you see here. He is just a genuine, really nice guy, and and I am friends with him. But no, thank you so much.
You're welcome. And wish Nolan the best for me this season.
Thank
I'm
you.
very
I
excited for him. I mean, obviously I want all the teams to do well, but he's a young man who clearly is ready to take that next big step, and I hope he does well in his senior season.
Yeah,
This is it. This is it.
Don't. I'm going to start crying.
You're not going to, senior year, you're going to be really busy. All the events, all the things you're going to be involved with.
Like I'm serving dinner tonight for camp. And
Are you?
I served it on Wednesday or Tuesday. So they're all coming through the line. I'm handing them pasta.
When you say you're serving, are you like at your house? Or?
No.
Okay.
We do it at the school, and we have a woman who does like the catering. She's wonderful.
Okay.
So she had pasta. She had marinara sauce, and then she had
These kids eat so much better
vodka
than I
sauce.
do.
I know meatball salad.
Can I come?
I know, right?
Just get a plate.
I was like, you want more? They were like, that's all. I'm like, no, you want more pasta. Come on.
Well, also we're talking about football players. They're coming back for seconds and thirds.
She's like, just give them 3 meatballs. Half the time they were coming back up for more meatballs. They were so cute, and I enjoy that. And you know what? I'm going to embrace, and I'm going to enjoy every little minute of this because it goes so fast. And like Andrew said before, high school sports, wherever you live, parents, we love it.
And let me also mention the fact that parents don't get nearly enough credit. My father and my mother were both very supportive of me when I played high school football. My dad was at every game. He even put together an album for me back in the days when we actually had like real pictures.
Photo album.
Yeah, but I mean, I still have it. He went and got the videotapes of all my games. I still have those on DVD.
Oh, we need to see those.
Well, I mean, it's just great
What
to be.
position did you play?
I was a running back, and I played safety. We had to go both ways.
Okay.
Even our quarterback had to go both ways, just the
Right.
way you did back then.
Yeah.
And I have those tapes, and every now and then I'll look back. In fact, one day I think I actually posted on my Facebook page. For all of you who think I just talk about football, here's my first game of my senior year.
Oh.
And it was a night game. It was the very first game of the year in Connecticut. And that game, I took a kickoff back for a touchdown, scored an 80-yard touchdown run and a 40-yard touchdown run.
And see how you remember those things.
I remember, and I remember my dad, took that video and he put it to music. He used "Flight of the Bumblebees," and it was just the perfect music. It really
perfect.
was. So, but anyway, I mean, parents out there, thank you so much for supporting us. I know when we're going through this as kids and we're playing, we're not thinking about what you do. We're not saying thank you all the time, but down the road, we'll remember the fact that you were there for all our big moments. And I think Nolan will, if he hasn't thanked you already, he will as time goes on.
Yes, you know, we're having fun and we're enjoying every moment of it. And I so appreciate you. So make sure to watch WTAE because you're going to see Andrew Stockey.
I'll be on at 4, 5, 6, and 11 every night.
Never sleep.
Well, actually, but not this week. This is running next week.
This will be next Wednesday.
Well, I'm on vacation.
Oh, great. She's on vacation.
I got to take. It's my last vacation before football begins.
That's enough.
Got to get my golf in.
He is a good golfer.
Well, I play one on TV.
That's true. Yeah, he's acting. Thank you so much for
Thank you for having me.
Oh, this was another episode of Spill With Me, Jenny D. Take care.
Come spill with me. Come spill with me. Come spill with me.